Hello, this is Kevin Shesso with University of Wisconsin Division of Extension, and I'd like to welcome everybody to our 22nd annual Twilight Garden Tour here at the Spooner Ag Research Station. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Spooner Ag Research Station's teaching and display garden, it's about a 1-acre property that's managed cooperatively and in partnership with the University of Wisconsin-Madison College of Agriculture and Life Sciences Spooner Agriculture Research Station. So we are on the research station property in northwestern Wisconsin. The other partners in our efforts here are, of course, Extension, and my position with Extension is the Agricultural Development Educator for Burnett, Washburn, and Sawyer counties. And one of my jobs is to help facilitate and teach and coordinate the Extension Master Gardener Volunteer Program. So those volunteers are the third partner in all of this, and without their help, none of this would be possible. So the display garden is located on Orchard Lane, just east of Spooner, on Highway 70. So we are open to the public, practicing social distancing, of course, but the display garden has many different themed beds and different themed areas, and we hope that through our virtual garden tour you'll get to learn a little bit more about some of those areas. Behind me right now is our pollinator sanctuary garden, and that is focusing, of course, on pollinator habitat. We're an official Monarch Way Station. This area is our pinwheel garden, and we call that the pinwheel garden because there's 8 beds in a circle, and it's adjacent to our windmill. Following that, we will also have other displays for vegetables, and our children's area. In more normal times, we would be doing face-to-face programming out here in our children's area. We still have all the plants in place, and they're here for you to look at. This is a teaching and display garden, so we do things differently out here every year, and we're not afraid of our mistakes. Sometimes those mistakes or just the displays we have, we call teachable moments. And the purpose of this display garden is to just let people understand what are the different types of plants that we grow out here, and how they're doing in this Zone 3 climate. This is a teaching and display garden, so we do different displays and different gardening techniques. In the background here you can see some of our cattle panels that we have pole beans growing up and over. We also have various beds of vine crops, and off in the distance you can see our caterpillar tunnel. So again, the purpose of this garden is just to display some of the different plant materials that people might try in their backyard gardens. We are also an official All-America Selections display garden, and as a result we have any number of All-America Selection winners, both annual flowers and vegetables, that we will display as an official All-America Selections winner display garden. So you'll get a sneak peek at some of those varieties that were deemed winners, and this is just another reason to stop on out and check out some of those new varieties. So I'd like to again welcome you to our 2020 virtual Twilight Garden Tour. There's a lot of, I think, effort that went into trying to display some of our beds and talk about some of our teachable moments. And again, this would not be possible if it weren't for the efforts of the UW Extension Master Gardener Volunteers and the Spooner Ag Research Station. So we hope you enjoy our virtual programs, our playlists, and our speaker symposium, which will include 3 different speakers that will be live broadcast via Zoom, and you can look at those archived speaker presentations as well. So again, my name is Kevin Shesso. I'm with University of Wisconsin-Madison's Division of Extension, and just wanted to make sure everybody is aware of this beautiful teaching and display garden here in northwestern Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Phil Holman and I'm the superintendent of the Spooner Ag Research Station. And welcome to the virtual Twilight Garden tour this year. Quite different. It's been a different summer, but as far as agronomically, most things are real similar this year. Being 4 hours away from Madison, most of the trials are done by myself and the staff of 2 full-time employees, and we actually practice social distancing on a normal year. So we still have all of our corn, soybean, alfalfa trials, and have some new things come every year, as well as other trials that end each year. So in the background here we have an alfalfa field that has a new alfalfa boron trial, and in the far distance is the seed to kitchen area, has a new high tunnel that you can see on the far side of the pH trial corn area. The high tunnel last year was collapsed in the snow load in 1st of December. So we no longer have a high tunnel close to the demonstration garden. And during that time, we also then removed the fall bearing raspberries and replanted them on the south end of the demonstration garden. And we put a caterpillar tunnel over the top of the fall bearing raspberries. We aren't going to get any yield this year because of the transplant shock on them, but next year they should be good bearing raspberries again. So as far as this year's growing season, it has been an interesting growing season with a very cool and dry May, and the first part of June was dry as well. But since the end part of June, we've had ample rainfall and had to do very little irrigation. So our crops really look great, and the temperatures from the end of June, July, and now into August have been really nice, and our growing degree units are a similar to what an average year will be. So the corn and soybeans are really looking excellent in the area, and the new seeding alfalfa is a little thin because of the dryness after seeding, but it is coming along and looking good as well. So we have some new things on the station, as well as a number of the continuing trials, the variety trials. But it's been a good growing year, and our staff has been great. And Lily has done a lot of work with the demonstration garden, Sam with the seed into kitchen, as well as then Forrest and Scott helping me with all the agronomic trials. So again, welcome to the Twilight Garden Tour, and there'll be a number of videos with interesting things to see about the demonstration garden. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Roseanne. I am a Master Gardener volunteer. I am the current president of the North Country Master Gardener Volunteer Association. We are affiliated with the UW, and we are here in the teaching and display gardens of the Spooner Agricultural Research Station. I want to welcome you to our first, and hopefully our only, virtual Twilight Tour during this COVID-19 period. I am standing in what is the pinwheel part of our gardens, and as you can see, we have lovely flowers and vegetables growing all throughout this section. We had discussed as Master Gardener volunteers if we wanted to just give all these beds a rest and perhaps just put cover plants on them and really almost shut down the garden for this year. And none of us really wanted to do that. So we had people who have adopted, our volunteers have adopted a bed or two, and they have decided how they wanted to set up their portion of the pinwheel. You are going to see separate videos that are being released on our website, and we have the volunteers talking about their specific areas of this garden. And so we really want to welcome you to come and visit this, of course, appropriately safe, socially distanced. We are definitely following those policies ourselves, but we really so wanted to welcome you, and we wanted to give you a visual tour of our gardens. So we've had another gardener who filmed our perennial area and our monarch and pollinator sanctuary area, as well as this, as well as our children's gardens, as well as our entire south end. Our garden manager has been keeping up all of these vegetables and fruits, and the produce, after being researched, we'll end up going to our local food pantries in our 3 counties of Burnett, Sawyer, and Washburn that we are affiliated with. I just want to welcome you. I want to thank you for watching this and appreciate all your support during these tough times, and hopefully we'll see you here again next year. But feel free to come and enjoy the gardens. They are waiting for you.